There are multiple ways to support your favorite speedrunners, but people mostly think about the monetary stuff like subscriptions, giving bits, and all that kind of stuff. But there are also a few free ways to actually support your favorite speedrunner, and I'm going to talk about 5 of those things in this video. If you are very curious what those 5 things are, please stay tuned and let's find out. So before we start, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is ShuriBear. I am a speedrunner and I also make these kind of videos where I help speedrunners, but also want to inform people who actually watch speedrunners so we can have one big community and help each other out. So if you like that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing and liking the video. That will help me out a crap ton. So let's get started with number 1. This is chat through the boring parts. There are very boring parts in speedrunning that nobody really likes, but you have to push through it. Those can be like, for instance, in Castlevania 1, going through that first level, or also known as level 1 jail. Those can be very long and a little bit tedious at times, but when you have a chat, that can actually really help to keep everything motivated and also to put off the tension on all that hard stuff. And by chatting, you of course have a natural conversation. You can help each other out a little bit, so you have more fun watching and the speedrunner has a little bit less pressure on doing everything perfect. And this makes the attempts a little bit less boring because those parts can be super tedious. It makes it more fun for the viewer, it makes it more fun for the speedrunner. It's like a win-win situation at that point. Of course, if you want to lurk, just lurk away. But if you want to help out a speedrunner, that is a pretty easy way to help. Of course, this is not mandatory. None of these tips are mandatory in my opinion, but it's a great way to start and you will definitely help your favorite speedrunner out. Number 2, I just talked about talking at boring moments. This is the complete opposite, and that is being quiet at crucial moments. For instance, at the final bosses of a game, be quiet. So the speedrunner does not get distracted by chat and they can just fully focus on the run. Of course, in my opinion, the speedrunner is responsible for how he or she handles chat, but you also have to understand that it is sometimes very hard to concentrate when, for instance, I have my CRT right there and there is my chat normally speaking. If I constantly see something going up and up and up, I immediately go to, okay, what's happening over there? Because if it's like a lot going on, then I know like there is something I need to see probably. So that can be a little bit distracting, even though I know also in the back of my head that I have to focus on the game. So that is actually a very easy tip. So be quiet at crucial moments and be talkative when it's a little bit boring. That is the best way to kind of balance that out. Number 3. This is one that honestly, a lot more people should do, and that is read the room. You probably have seen this before. A speedrunner has a great run and it dies, and the chat goes like yikes, oof, etc. And if you already see that the speedrunner is feeling disappointed or doesn't have a great time because of what just happened, do not put salt in the wound, you know, because that makes only the speedrunner feel less great about themselves. And when that happens, the future attempts will be less great because they're constantly still in the back of the mind like, shit, what just happened? That shouldn't have happened. I suck. That is what normally goes into the speedrunner's mind. And even though, no, they don't suck. Everybody makes mistakes, and speedrunners should focus on, okay, what happened and what made me cause those mistakes and fix upon them. That is the, in my opinion, healthy way to get better at speedrunning. But when people are not reading the room and they don't act appropriately by just saying oof or yikes when somebody is down, don't do that. Look, there is a time and a place where you can make fun about it, and that is when the speedrun itself is also making fun of it, because it's not always about stupid run or whatever. It's also like sometimes they just laugh it off, and at those points most likely you can make those kind of jokes and stuff. But if a speedrunner has in there like the rules set, or they already say, yo, I do not like this kind of behavior, just don't do it. Read the room, It will make you feel better and the speedrunner as well, and that will actually help future attempts because they will feel a lot better about themselves. So instead of saying oof or yikes the next time, just say, oh, that was a nice run up till then, or say like, hey, you did this part extremely well this time. Just do that, and that way you can bring a speedrunner up instead of going down, and that will help so much for the morale of the speedrunners. So keep it in mind. And this one is for the speedrunners that watch speedrunners. Yes. Number 4 is do not give tips at crucial moments. I hate it, and I've seen other runners as well that giving tips at crucial moments does not help. Of course, I do think those people who give those tips at crucial moments have the best intentions. They want to see those speedrunners do well. But sometimes it's better to say after the stream or after that run to say like, okay, how have you thought about this? Or have you thought about that? And that kind of stuff. And that way you do not put the speedrunner on the spot. That can be extremely annoying. And also you have a better conversation and there is no like tension of that running in the background. And those tips can definitely help a speedrunner. It's just you have to find the right timing to tell about those tips. And if you're not sure about it, just ask the runner, I have a tip for you. Are you okay if I say it right now? And if the speedrunner says yeah, then of course you can go ahead. But from my own experience and from experience that I've seen at other speedrunners, most speedrunners like it when there's a tension-free zone. Also, just a bonus tip into the tip. If you are not a speedrunner, do not give tips unless you found a whole new thing. Then of course go ahead, but there's a 99.9% chance that the speedrunner already has thought about that strat or about a certain thing or way. And if you're not 100% sure, hit him up after the stream. It will help bring down the tension so much. Number 5. This one is actually kind of funny. I see it all the damn time, and that is viewers that say like, yo, I love your stream, you should have more followers, you should have more viewers, etc. But in the end they do not share the stream. So the best way to support a speedrunner, and you love their work, you love their runs, you love their vibes, is just to share it around. Share it on Twitter, share it with your friends, share it with all the social media platforms where you have a following, so they can actually get a bigger following and actually help them out in that way. Because perhaps you do not have the money to monetarily support them. And of course, monetary support is most of the time not mandatory, but it's very much appreciated. Perhaps some of your friends can monetarily support them, or you can give them a bigger chance at partner or that kind of stuff because there are more viewers or followers. So that way you can also help out speedrunners a lot. And that is the easiest way. So if you really like a speedrunner, let's say for instance Skunky48, which is the best TMNT speedrunner in the world. Follow him, by the way. It's just to show support and give the person some love, because that will help out in the long run, and that is something a lot of people do not think about. It's weird, but also understandable at the same time, because all these tips come most of the time from good intentions, right? But sometimes it's also about learning how to act properly, and that is what this kind of video is kind of about, you know? So yeah, that is actually one of my most favorite tips. Bonus tip alarm! So this is a bonus tip. I've said it before in this video that the speedrunner is responsible of how he or she reacts to like chats. That is also with alerts. Like for instance, when you follow someone or when you give bits or subscribe. And in my opinion, it can help a lot when you postpone those alerts during crucial moments. Of course, like I said before, you probably have all the best intentions in the world. And I really do think so, I really do. But it's also super important to know when to be quiet so the speedrunner can fully concentrate. That means if you want to give bits, just wait till he or she finishes the run, or when the run dies, or whatever. But that way, there's less chance that the speedrunner will make a mistake. Everybody has seen that cheese clip where he's on PB pace and he gets spammed with bits. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons he did not get world record at that point, because it's so damn distracting. So please keep that in mind when you want to give bits and stuff. This is just a bonus tip, because alerts can be because you monetarily support your favorite speedrunner. But it is a nice bonus tip. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. Please comment below which one of these tips is your favorite. Perhaps you even have a free tip yourself. If you have a good tip, just also comment below, because that can help us out, and perhaps I can make a follow-up video so we can help speedrunners out even more, which is even more amazing. You can also find me on these platforms if you want to connect with me a little bit more or see me speedrun in the future. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and speed on!